And welcome back to Lantern Corp video, pre-recorded today on Monday for Tuesday, going into December, the last month of the year, and god damn it, it's been a year. But anyway, this one comes to us from J-Line. I'm surprised you're the only one who gave me the suggestion. I'd imagine the Joker would be on a lot more people's lists. But the Joker, what Lantern Corp do I think he belongs into? Now, if I'm going to be honest, this is going to be a bit more of a lackluster video, only because the options are pretty obvious in my mind. Not to say I won't try to do my best to make it interesting, but, you know, I can only go so far with a character is kind of as obvious as this one. Needless to say, actually go watch Needless Mouse Productions video about the Lantern Corps for the Batman's Rogue Gallery. He goes and does a lot. Again, he does better videos than I do on this. I fully admit that, and I acknowledge that. I'm not perfect. I'm pretty simplistic, if we're going to be honest. But anyway, so first off, let's get a couple of Lantern Corps right out of the way that he can't qualify for. He is not a qualifier of the White Lantern Corps of life, even though he is alive, and honestly, he feels alive all the time, man. Like, he experiences his life. He lives his life. He lives the truth. So he certainly qualifies in that sense. Unfortunately, his actions and everything in between really negate that fact. So unfortunately, White is right out of the gate. Blue, he does not inspire hope in anyone, save for maybe Harley Quinn, and even then, she's moved away from him in recent years. No, he's not a Lantern Corp. He's not a Blue Lantern of life, not at all. Nor is he a Orange Lantern, because the Joker does not care about money. He does not, it's his own selfish desires, sure, but he doesn't have the level of greed in him let me put it this way. He doesn't have any sort of level of greed in him that overpowers any of the other three I think he actually qualifies for. So, no, oddly enough, Orange would not work for him. Now, Lantern Corp I think does work for him. Is a pretty obvious one. It's the Lantern Corp of Fear. It's the old Lantern Corp. A lot of people are scared of the Joker. Batman's even scared of the Joker on some level. And if you scare the Dark Knight, then, you're doing something right. Joker is a man. He's a mass-murderer psychopath. He's done some effed up things in his day. So, and if you're not afraid of him on some level, there's something wrong with you. There's just something wrong with you. But moving on, Sapphire Lantern of Love. Now, if anyone wants to give me an argument for this, I'm actually not going to argue the argument, because I could see an argument for it that he is in love with Batman. He wants Batman. Like, Batman, you are my, you go, he thought of, you? No, you complete me. Batman is his life and his obsession. If Batman is gone, honestly, look what happened in The Dark Knight Returns. Joker went comatose without Batman. There's no fun to be had. Batman, Batman, darling. It's yeah, that's it. Joker kind of is nothing without Batman, and kind of vice versa. Although Batman could probably live without the Joker a lot more easily than Joker could without Batman. Take that out. But is that really love? Or is that obsession and love go hand in hand, and they can count for each other. Is that really, though, what drives him? I don't know. It's a effed up version of it, whatever it is. But no, I don't think we can really go with love for the Joker. Although, again, like I said, I can see the argument being made for it. Another one I think, though, he qualifies for is the Indigo League of Compassion. Now, you might be asking, for those of you watching who aren't as familiar with this, why the Indigo League of Compassion? Well, let me tell you. To be a member of the Indigo League of Compassion, you either need to have compassion be your dominant trait, or you need to be the most unempathetic person that has ever existed. You basically need to have no empathy whatsoever, completely lacking compassion, which the Joker is, which means the Joker could actually be a prime candidate for the Lantern Corps of Compassion if it's went to him. Now, that being said, if the three rings we're going over flew towards the... Jesus. Sorry, I just ate dinner. Flew towards the Joker, and he somehow figured out this was about compassion, he'd probably be like, oh, hell no! So, he'd probably just reject the ring. Moving on to the last two. Green isn't a bad choice, but because he's certainly got willpower, definitely. But he also has to overcome great fear, and even though we've seen the Joker afraid on occasions, it's not an emotion he's actually regularly used to. So, and plus, like Green, Indigo, and the final one, I do think overwhelm Green Yellow, Indigo, and the last one we go over are going to overwhelm pretty hard. Last one to talk about before we talk about the final one, and you'll know what the final one is because it'll be the last one standing. No to Red Lantern. Joker is chaos incarnate, but chaos in itself isn't rage. You can have chaotic rage, you can be chaotically angry, but being chaotic does not make you angry. And Joker, we've seen the Joker get angry, certainly. We've seen him get angry multiple times, but is that what is fueling him? Someone once commented that no, the Red Lantern Corps is about the rage of loss, not just rage. No, nowhere is that rule, I think, listed. That's just a different form of rage. Like that being, like if you're gonna look me in the eye, because eventually we'll do Hulk, because I don't think I've ever done the Hulk yet. But if you want to look me in the eye and tell me that the Hulk from Marvel isn't the core definition of a Red Lantern, because his rage doesn't come from loss, he's angry. Sorry, not buying that excuse. Anyway, but that's the thing, is like Joker gets angry, sure, and yeah, maybe he has fits of anger, definitely, but is that what's driving him at his core? I can't say it is. I haven't seen enough evidence to suggest that rage is what truly drives him. Because if rage is what was truly driving him, I don't think you'd be seeing him laughing and having as much fun as he is. Because when you see the Joker doing his thing, causing him, killing people, doing horrible things, and laughing his ass off, no, he is truly in his nirvana at that point. He is like truly blissfully happy. So I don't see rage, unfortunately. Last I do see, though, is the Black Lantern Corps of Death. Now, the Joker technically has died, but technically hasn't died. So it's a weird thing. What I will say, though, is it's not just about dying. There are two basic ways and one outlier way you can be a Black Lantern. The first, you have to be dead. Raising zombies from the dead. The second, you have to have died, but come back. So if you've at least died or experienced death, then you are qualified to be a Black Lantern. The third outlier way is to be so encompassed by death, to be the embodiment of death, to worship, to create death. You have to basically be death incarnate to qualify to be a Black Lantern. And the Joker is a mass murderer who has killed millions, reveled in it, and continues to do it because he loves it. And Batman like to get the game, like it's all about the game to him. And yeah, that would be a good qualifier to be a Black Lantern. There's really no getting around that. So ultimately, out of these three options, which one do I think the Joker qualifies for the best? I mean, I'd actually argue it's probably either Compassion or the Black Lantern ring. The reason I say that is because Yellow, while the Joker definitely has a reputation, scares a lot of people, even villains, there are plenty of people who aren't afraid of him either. Like Batman, for what it's worth, like I said, he does scare Batman to some degree, but Batman's also, Batman. He overcomes that and just says whatever. So overcoming the fear means that Joker loses some punch on that category. Whereas the whole Compassion, he's completely without compassion, so he can always qualify for that Lantern Corps. And he'll always want to kill because it amuses him, to quote my Kenpachi from video yesterday. So Black is always going to be on the table too. Between these two, though, if these Blue Lantern rings came to him, I think he'd go with the Black Lantern ring, if I'm going to be honest. Black Lantern Corps of Death would tickle his fancy all the more than Compassion. Like Indigo's like, oh, pretty rings, but not my style. Oh, what a fun! Black for death. Come, Harley, let's go and wreak havoc on Gotham. Holly, crank up the AC/DC. Why, Puddin'? Because I'm back in black. Do not tell me you couldn't see the Joker throwing that line up there. Do not tell me you can't see him throwing that joke out there. But anyway, yeah. So I think I'd go with a Black Lantern ring for Joker. Ultimately, though, what do you think? Can you make an excuse for any of the other Lantern rings? Like I said, Green and Sapphire, I actually could see excuses for. The other ones, really not so much. Maybe a very weak excuse for Rage. But, not weak. A very mild excuse for Rage. But mild at best. I can honestly see Green and Sapphire having stronger excuses. If you can make an excuse for any of them, let me know. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll get to it at some point. Hit that bell if you want notifications. And I'll be back on Wednesday with, I think we're on part 10 now of the Goku training with Kid Goku training with King Kai video. So keep your eyes out for that. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.